Hello, hello, hello. Yes, we are live. Sorry, just tinkering with a few things towards the end, beginning here. Getting all the various things working. Alright. Alright, there we go. Yes, it is time for level 3 of Arcade Spirits. Playing through the third day. It's not really third day because it skips time. It was like there's 2 weeks between level 1 and level 2, so see how this one goes. But we level 2 was amazing. Level 2 had I wanted to tweet out the picture that I had, but it's spoilers for level 2, so I just went ahead and did the mystery van tweet. But yeah, level 2 was pretty awesome, gotta say. So make sure everything is recording and all that fun stuff, and yep, we're good to go. Level 3, take it to the max. It's the future of 20XX, and today is the day. Well, not the actual big day, when we reveal Wyvern Keep, but a big day in relation to that big day, and I am completely stressed out. My mission, should I choose to accept, and I kinda already chose to accept, is to spread the word about the upcoming Funplex event. The one that I'm in charge of. The one that I put a ton of effort and hope into already. The one where, if nobody shows up, it spells doom for all. Ain't no pressure, right? I mean, if I fail, I'll only be laughing stock at the entire Funplex. They'll call me the Funplex failure for the rest of my life. I'll be shamed, forced to wear a giant red F on my chest. Snap out of it, Ray. Max. That's good. And they're up at the very back of the corner indie booth area of PAX West. This is great. This is, yeah. Oh, that's a good. That's a oh, that's funny. That's a good Easter egg for anybody who's local here. Specifically, a giant conglomerate horde of people. They keep bumping into me. It smell like corn chips. Yes, 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 that is true. And there's nowhere to run. Might be a little over my head here. Working in the arcade, I've gotten used to smaller crowds. My skin has gotten a little thicker, and resistant to sicky soda hands touching me accidentally. But nothing could have prepared me to the sheer scope and scale of this. Just me and, oh, I don't know, maybe 50,000 other people. I know Naomi's the one who doesn't like crowds, not me, but come on now, this isn't a crowd. It's a Gojira-sized evacuation moss pit. Complete with Gojira-sized screens hanging overhead, constantly showing advertisements for arcade games and industry happenings. Only $9. Yeah, exactly. This is why everybody lines up at Subway at the convention center. Because it's the only place that has, like, reasonably human prices. Oh, it's so exciting, isn't it, Ray? That is a word. Yes? Never really been to one of these things. What a spectacle. Thanks for giving me a ticket. I really needed to get away for a weekend. Ooh. Ray, how are you holding up? Looking a little green around the gills there. I can smile through this. I can't smile through this. Everything is fine. Everything is fine here. Everything is fine. I'm holding up. As long as I can keep my internal monologue going and be able to speak frankly through my own mind, I'll be fine on the outside. It's the perfect facade. Can't you tell by my awkward smile, my eyes open wide, and the tilt of my head that I'm holding up? Perfectly.
BFFs for life.
That is exactly why I came here with you. Help you in your hour of need. And to get away for the weekend. But still, hour of need. Hour of need! And free vacation. It's true, Juniper has helped me get through a lot, but beyond generalities, I think she specifically wanted to make it up to me for the whole job offer situation. Nice to have her here. We're not going to let a little thing like that stay as a sticking point between us. So what's the plan? Huh? You can't just stand around all day, Ray. There's a lot of ground we need to cover to make your Funplex a success. How are we going to attack this? What's the first move? I was just going to sort of play it by ear. You didn't plan for this? Like at all? Too busy lying awake all night stressing out and worrying about planning things. Look, I'm new at event management, much like event promotion. Hey. Well, let's start with this. Juniper swings her book bag out of her shoulders and crouches on the ground. She opens up and pulls out a stack of papers. Hold these. I cradle them in my arms. Okay, I'm holding these. What are these exactly? Flyers, silly. The ones you wanted for promoting your big event. I managed to print off quite a few before the boss started giving me weird looks. Why are copier rules always so strict in office jobs? Just paper, and I needed it. I flip a sheet over and start to remember. It was about 2 weeks ago. Ashley and I were holding down the fort that day. Gavin locked himself in the office and told me that if I bothered him for anything other than an emergency, that I would not live to regret it. Francine stayed home that day. She was marathoning a competitive knitting show or something like that. Naomi was out shopping for some extra parts. The Dig Dug machine was acting up again. The buttons were sticking from some kid spilling a slushie on it. So what started as a pretty boring day in an empty Funplex changed rapidly. When Tio came into the Funplex carrying an armload of giant rolled up posters.
Hello there.
Welcome home, Tio.
Hiya.
Good morning, my fair Tio. How art thou? Only so. I always forget if it's Tio or Teo, but you know, whatever. Only so frickin' excited. I might explode into 1,000 bits. Please don't. That'd be an awful mess to clean up. We don't nearly have enough hydrogen peroxide to get out the bloodstains, and I don't have a plastic tub full of lye to dissolve your body parts in. Not to mention the years of therapy Ray and I would have to go through to get over how horrible it would be to watch your friend die violently in front of you. I just can't afford it.
Sheesh.
Just a turn of phrase, chill. Not going to literally explode. But, here's what's happening in 2 weeks. It's something huge for us. Are they showing a compilation of internet cat videos at the movie quad? Please tell me we are finally going to replace the blindingly horrid casino-like carpet beneath our feet. Hey, I like the carpet. It's fun. No and no. Okay, I guess I've teased it enough. Yeah, I took the poster he was clutching and unravels them before us. It's Max time! The largest arcade gaming festival is here. Twitter.com. Bring your quarters.
Oh my gosh.
It's Max. Max is already here.
Poops.
Oh, poops. I thought that wasn't for another month. That means I really gotta double down on my cosplay production. Say goodbye to sleeping for the next 2 weeks. I got so much to do now. Still think there might be a PAX West. Probably not gonna go anywhere near it without a mask on. But, you know, maybe creative cosplay, right? We'll see. I doubt even if they do PAX West this year, that there'll be like an Extra Life event there, because, you know, the hospital's not really going to encourage anything that's going to do anything dangerous. So, like, we were gonna pull Extra Life out, and then like 2 hours later, they announced that they were gonna be not having, was it ECC? Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. August is a long way away, but not that long in terms of event scheduling.
Bummer.
I know, right? I still have to meet with all the dancers and work on our synchronized dance routine. Not literally enough time to perfect it. And I have to find a good time and place for an international Showtime stage community gathering. Still have to finish hand sewing all the embellishments on my tailcoat. Find or make a decent pocket watch. And start and finish my 3rd cosplay. Death take me now. Wait, can we go back a minute? What exactly is Max? And then they all die. The best gaming convention. Oh, why are you doing that? It's because I upped the resolution on my game, on my display. I should have left it at 1440. Did you both plan to say that in unison? Regardless, I'm still mostly confused and require further exposition. Max is the Mega Arcade Expo, an annual arcade gaming convention. It happens every year around this time, over on the West Coast. But this year they're having Max right here in our city, and it's going to be the biggest one yet. Oh, okay.
Yes!
I always go everywhere every year and show off my newest
Love
cosplay.
it.
Great way to meet the whole bunch of other arcade people. And catch up with those who haven't seen since last convention. So much fun! Okay, yes, okay, I see you're both excited. Sounds cool. I was thinking we could put up some Max posters around the Funplex to, you know, get all the locals hyped. That's a splendid idea, Teo. Finally, an East Coast Max. We gotta make sure everyone knows about it. That we do. Teo, Ashley, and I spent the next half an hour putting up posters around the Funplex. We plastered as many surfaces as we could without making it look too obscene. While we were pushing pins in the wall, Teo and Ashley kept telling me stories of past Maxes and all the fun they had. Their spirit was infectious, at the very least, hard for me to avoid ending up on the hype train. Choo-choo. But importantly, the more I heard, the more I started thinking about how we could use this event to benefit the Funplex in some way. As the Funplex newly minted event manager, I had to be on the lookout for opportunities like these. The very first Max on the East Coast, it'd be perfect. Hey, can we provide the Funplex's map at Max? Good for local buzz, and maybe we can convince some out-of-towners to stick around for it.
Ooh.
That's one you've been working on, right? Yeah, I've got ideas for tournaments, token discounts, much to Gavin's displeasure, and more. And we'll be revealing the new game we got from the raid. I see, and do you have a name for this grand event yet? Yeah, Ray, what's it called? Thinking long and hard and coming up with the perfect name. But I think I figured it out. Are you ready? Am I? The suspense is killing us. The Funplex event will be called... What's the event name? Difficult. There we go. Wyvern Reborn. What do you think, eh?
Amazing!
Perfect. Really? Wyvern Reborn? There are worse things you could have called it. Kinda catchy though. Nice work, friend. So, how do I get tickets to Max? How can we advertise there? How much would all that cost? I'm still living off pizza bagels, you know. You mean you don't already have your tickets? They sell out like one day, on day one. Actually, they sell out in about 20 minutes on day one. And all the hotel rooms are gone way sooner. We don't need a hotel room if it's local. But yes, all the, all the tickets get bought up pretty quickly. They try to limit scalping and such like that, but it still happens. What? No! My greatest plan's foiled.
Beep beep.
While you were all talking, I located all the scalpers who were selling tickets online at exorbitant prices. Then I hacked into their IP address, found less than tasteful information on a couple of them, which would make their lives very difficult if it got out into the open. After contacting them, I promised I wouldn't leak such sensitive materials into the internet in exchange for selling us tickets at their original prices.
Hooray!
And they gladly obliged. Such nice humans. Our Iris is definitely quite a bit cutthroat, and it's a little scary. To begin an email for 2 max tickets in approximately 3, 2, 1, done. On I suggest you invite Juniper to come along as your second. According to Juniper's Iris, she's very stressed from her job and could use a mini vacation. Okay, but Iris? It's kind of known as blackmail. What you just did is technically very, very illegal. Yeah, but what they're doing is bad. Don't worry, Ray. I erased all possible leads back to you. You'll be fine. And it's all in the name of helping the Funplex. Isn't it? Just like you wanted me to do. Well, Iris has been dedicating herself to this event. I couldn't be doing it without her, even if we need to have another talk about human ethics. Fine, fine, but next time let's do it without any federal crimes, okay? Okay, it's a promise. Regardless, hey, tickets, now you can go, sweet. I'm not going to pity a few cold-hearted, bloodthirsty ticket scalpers myself. Those guys ruin events like Max. Also, while I was procuring your tickets, I stumbled across the Funplex's FaceWall account. It hasn't been updated in exactly 13 weeks, 2 days, 14 hours, 54 seconds. The Funplex's social media presence is completely non-existent. Wait, we have a FaceWall account? I mean, it does make sense, but still, I had no clue. I started to run it. Bad at keeping up on it, though. That sounds like it would be Gavin's thing. Why isn't he in charge of it? Gavin couldn't care less about social media. He says that, and I quote, "Social media is where idiots go to yell at each other about nothing of any importance, and I'm not going to waste my time with it." Which seems odd for someone who's, like, all about making money. That also sounds like Gavin. Yep, and Francine's too old to understand the importance of social media. Naomi is, wow, that's a bit of a dig. That's a little ageist, but you know, we'll let it slide. Naomi is way too busy. Francine herself, I can see Francine not giving a damn about social media, but that's a bit ageist. Naomi is way too busy with all her beloved games, so it fell into my hands. Which, as Iris stated, I haven't been doing a great job at. Well, we should take advantage of it for this. We can use the FaceWall account to spread the word of Wyvern Reborn. You're completely right. I should work harder at it. Or if you want, you can take it over as the event manager. That makes sense. I really should take on this responsibility. It can only benefit the Funplex, and Ashley's right. Getting the word out is part of being an event manager. Right, I got this, Ashley. Can you email me the login info? Yep and yep. Login. Get. Congratulations, you are the new owner of our social media accounts. Huzzah! The power is all mine. Mine. Mine! Let's see. I know how the dialogue's gonna go here. Ashley, are you sure you want to give Ray this much power? If the fact that they threw their head back and cackled isn't a sign enough, I don't know what else is. I'm not worried one bit. Excellent, excellent. Ray, I can help the Funplex keep up the Faceball account too. I can program time posts and use effective keywords to get the most out of each post. SEO is one of my many talents. That'd be helpful. Actually, just, don't break any laws.
Sounds good.
Do I have permission to access your account and text on your face wall? Sure. And there. I've sent out notifications to everyone on your friends list and your friends' friends list about Wyvern Reborn. That was fast. No joke. One more thing, you're starting to have about 75% more images. Did you know that 90% of people prefer looking at pictures online rather than reading? Yes. Sometimes they just don't understand you sentient beings. Your Iris does make a good point. We should totally come up with a poster for our event. We can hand them out at Max too. And of course put them up around the arcade. If the arcade isn't too hectic today, Ashley, if you can watch the floor, I can go design us a sweet flyer to pass out to the con-goers. Time to deploy my mad artist skills.
Ooh.
Let's make this the best Max ever, one we never forget. I spent the rest of the afternoon working hard on having the perfect design for our poster. Well, a design for our poster, at any rate. Which brings me back around to the stack of papers currently in my arms, which do not, in fact, resemble the poster I designed. Oh, I took the liberty of tuning your poster just a little. Mystery Rare Game Reveal. Vista Discomfort Tournament. High score contests all day, all games. Movie World Record Exhibition. I guess the title kind of gives away maybe the mystery reveal, but then, that's, it gives you that ARG experience, right? And changing the font selection and picking out a new clip art and rearranging everything using a poppier color scheme. But I liked my original design. Ray, use Comic Sans and Papyrus. Comic Sans is cool, right? It looks like comic book. Gamer nerds love comic books, don't they? And Papyrus was in the movie with the blue cat people aliens everybody loved. Take it from a wannabe visual designer, Comic Sans is one-way ticket to Uncool Zone. But these new flyers are gonna pull people in from the four corners of the globe. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess these are kind of not bad. Pretty good, actually. Okay, they're superior in every conceivable metric. I didn't know you're an artist.
Well, I mean...
Not really. I'm good at pretending to be one, but I couldn't, make art for a living, right? Couldn't. Anyway, if that stack isn't enough, I also emailed you a copy of the original file. Just take it to a copy shop or something, they can run off more. Publishing document, get. So back to the point at hand, getting the information to the masses. Maybe if we just start yelling, hey you guys! Several people turn around and look at us confusedly. Juniper. Yelling is probably not the best way to get our word out. I'm actually still waiting for Ashley and Teo to show up. They promised they would help me, so I think I'll just hang out until they arrive. As you like, it seems my work here is done. Your Funplex folks fling some flyers. As for me, there's a really cool panel I wanted to attend. How to get your foot in the door of the arcade art industry. I mean, not that I'm seriously thinking about it, just, it's interesting. So. Start in 10 minutes, catch up with you home. Juniper waves as she trots off. I lose sight of her instantly and she ducks into the crowd. Growing up, I always knew that arcades were amazingly popular, but the reality of it all really didn't stick. Until being here at Max, thousands of people all coming together for the love of games. Actually pretty darn inspiring. I muster enough courage to wade my way through several hundred people in the main convention hall. Eventually I find a safe place, a humble bench near the water fountains. I make this my home base while I wait for my friends. Since both Teo and Ashley are running late, I have some time to fully take in my surroundings in a calmer fashion. Everywhere I look, everything I see, it's all steeped in arcade culture. Booths are set up for all the major arcade companies, each table vying for the attention of the crowd. Some have spaces set up with stages, flashing lights, and people throwing t-shirts into lines of people. Can we talk about these lines for a second though? There are lines for everything. Lines to play games, lines to go see a panel, lines to eat disgusting convention food, lines for the bathroom. Even lines to get me into other lines. And they all just wait there, standing happily chittering amongst themselves. I'm having trouble waiting in line for 10 minutes at the whole story for a coffee, let alone waiting in line for 3 hours just to play a game that'll be released in 4 months. Yes, preach, preach. These people aren't even human anymore. Their perseverance is godlike. Sensory output here is overwhelming. This is why I only go to the indie areas for the most part. I don't stand in those big lines. I'll look at the booths in the big games, but I'm not standing in line for an hour just to play a game that is like huge and massive budgets, and it's gonna be out and it's just ridiculous. Rather go support the small developers who are just there, trying to get the word out about their game. Sensory output here is overwhelming. People are shouting and laughing as they crowd areas. Music pumps out of several different booths, making it a weird mashup of notes and chiptunes. There's even a giant dinosaur that people can take selfies with. As I contemplate how I'm going to attract all these people to Wyvern Reborn, I hear sounds of very loud and very upbeat music from behind me. Feel the bumping of the bass reverberate through my shoes, and I turn around. Ray! Teo sets down a colossal boombox at his feet. I recognize the music now. It's from Showtime Stage, and Teo is bumping his signature song. I motion for him to turn down the music, and he complies. The last thing I need to do is lose my voice from shouting before I even get the chance to talk to anybody. Hey, sorry I'm late. I had some last minute dance moves I had to incorporate into the routine. No worries, I just got here myself. Despite Max's many attempts to trample me, I survived thus far. Yeah, it looks like you are significantly non-trampled. Nicely done. Don't congratulate me yet. We still have the rest of the day to endure. What's with the boombox, by the way? Oh, this? It's for the Showtime Stage gathering. There are going to be a couple hundred of us all over the world. I didn't realize there were Showtime Stage communities in other countries.
Absolutely.
We're actually the second biggest community. The largest is in Japan. Several players flew all the way from Tokyo just to be part of our Showtime Stage flash mob. Really the best place for a flash mob? Yes, I want to join. How did you arrange this? Yes, I want to join. I admit I probably spent too much time watching videos of flash mobs doing random stuff for upvotes, but they look like so much fun. And to take everyone by surprise like that, I want to see that looks on their faces. I want in. Who? I've been playing this for a month and taking coordination from all leaders of all Showtime groups. A lot of work from both sides to make it come down. Now, I'll slip to actually do it. In fact, Ray, you should come watch it. I was about to respond when a very elegantly dressed gentleman caught my eye. He wore a black proper tailcoat with an ornate sigil pinned to his breast. Accompanying his suit, he had fashioned himself white regal gloves. With a glove draped over his arm, he held tightly onto an antique tea kettle. Which the crowd parted like waves of mooses. There were oohs and ahs from onlookers, and people pulled out their phones to get a quick picture of him. Like the rest of the picture, I was taken aback at how immaculate this butler was. Absolute perfection. Felt like I had time warped back to the 1800s and about to have tea with royalty. Looked at me and Teo and gave us a slight bow. Normally this would be ridiculously out of place, but not an arcade invention. He's a character from a hot fighting game called Melee Maidens. Really? Really? Ah. Oh my goodness. I gotta... Gotta take a picture of that. That's hilarious. It's about ninja maids and battle butlers ducking it out for the right to serve a fancy party, or something like that. Oh my, I think I'm in love. Tea Earl Grey hot. Something's familiar about this butler. My love of butlers was unbeknownst to me until this very moment. In retrospect, that's probably a good thing, otherwise maybe I would have ended up owning a butler cafe. Which, now that I think about it, isn't that bad of an idea. But I digress, the point being the butler had stolen my heart and served it up on a silver platter. Hello, butler friend, will you marry me? Please. Ray, it's me. How does Mystery Butler know my name? Do I have Stalker, who is also a butler? What if we work together? Uh-huh. Did Francine hire someone and not tell me about it? Oh, wow. We are so dense. Ashley! Took you long enough, jeez. Please look on your face. Priceless. Never seen Ashley's crossplay before? Possibly, probably not. What's crossplay? When you cosplay as another gender. Okay, Ashley, seriously, you look completely different. I didn't even recognize you. Really? Really, you didn't? Sorry I let you think otherwise for a minute. It was all in good fun. No worries, pretty impressive work. Not impressive at all. Could have done a much better job at sewing the coattails, and I need to be like 5 inches taller, and I didn't go to the gym enough for this. Regardless, the cosplay parade is starting soon, and I need to get over there. You should come with me. Hey now, Ray was going with me to the Showtime stage. Oh, this is fair. This is hard. Obviously, the Showtime stage is a big thing. But he's worked on it really hard, and I don't really want to interfere with it. Plus... you know, the Showtime stage people, they're already really involved in their game. But I guess they could be enticed to come see him play in his natural location. But getting the cosplayers would be good. Well, we'll go with the cosplay. Cosplay sounds more fun anyway. And we'll probably go back to the other one eventually anyway. Travel through the largest exhibition hall to get to the cosplayer gathering. Ashley mentioned it was in the Pac-Man Theater. It means risking our lives through the most densely packed hall in the entire con. I thought the main hall was bad, but this was 1,000 times worse. At one point, they announced that the show floor had just opened up and a huge rush of people came straight at it for us. It gave me flashbacks to the one time I worked shoe shop retail over the holidays. The horror. The horror. The gamer stampede came straight towards us, wild eyes and groping hands. I thought for sure I was going to get trampled to death. But at the last second, Ashley pulled me to safety. You gotta be more careful, Ray. Don't lose sight of me. She points to her eyes and then back to mine, our eyes now locked forever in a mystical eye-locking spell. Eventually, after some more attempts on my life through various death by copious amounts of people, we made our way to the Pac-Man Theater. The theater was huge, capable of packing in several hundred people. Most of those seats were already taken too, and people were milling around the auditorium. My floor attendant senses detected this as a fire hazard, but a huge stage had been set up in front of us where normally there'd be a table for the speakers, like in panel discussion form. Since the theater is so large, they place projector screens on either side of the stage, so whatever is happening can be seen by those sticking in the back. It's safe to assume that this is one of the auditoriums saved for the most popular panels, and now the cosplay parade? Actually, what exactly is a cosplay parade? So glad you asked, Ray.
Let's see.
So all the cosplayers get together, line up, and show off their latest creations for the masses on the theater stage up front there. Now that I think about it, it's kind of self-explanatory, right? Sometimes they even give prizes to the best cosplayers, but this one is pretty chill. No prizes? Not even a shiny plastic cup to heft over your head? Maybe one day. Today we are here to appreciate each other's talents and have fun. Before I can interject again, Ashley turns over to a person dressed as a maid. Looks very uniform to Ashley's butler costume. Maybe they're from the same game. Before I can interject again, Ashley runs over to the person dressed as a maid. Looks very uniform to Ashley. Oh, okay. I already thought of that. Mia from Melee Maidens. Totally cute, and your sword incredible. Thank you. I made it from craft foam and Worbla. It's only took like 30 hours to do. That's so professional looking. You get over how dapper your Angus is. The details you put into his pocket watch are phenomenal. I should have found the watch at a thrift shop and then just molded the extra embellishments on with clay. This went on for some time. I felt it would be rude to interrupt Ashley when she's obviously having so much fun being a part of her community. As they continued to chat about making costumes, I noted that more and more cosplayers were filling into the theater. For once in my life, I actually felt uncomfortable wearing my usual comfy as heck hoodie. I felt underdressed compared to all the Melee Maidens cosplayers. Seriously, was this a costume ball or a black tie gala? Not even mentioning the congregation of feathers, capes, props, weapons, wings, and someone in a giant moopy costume made out of square foam pixels. Percy would be delighted to see that. For all the visual chaos, the vibe remained pretty chill and friendly. Just folks sharing a common joy in dressing up as someone else. Eventually, Ashley parted from her convention conversation to check on me. Sorry, Ray, sometimes I get so swept up in it all. I get it. Back at the Funplex, you mentioned that you can only see some of your friends here at these cosplay events. Oh yeah, cosplayers travel all over, more than other communities, I bet. Do you know everyone here? Oh no, I mean, I know a good amount of people here, but not everyone. It seems like you do. I've seen at least 30 people who come up and compliment your butler. Hey, nice Angus. Love the tailcoat. Cosplayer with a sweet hat. There, see? See what I mean? You're mega popular. Think you can spin that into some kind of cosplay event at Wyvern Reborn? Great idea, we can have a real cosplay contest. And I'm gonna win! What's this? Competitive Ashley? You've been taking notes from Queen Bee, haven't you? Don't tell me you saw us practicing in the bathroom the other day. I didn't. But now I can't get the image out of my mind. Ladies gotta stick together, ladies helping ladies. Our chuckles were interrupted by one of the Max attendants. You are participating in the cosplay parade. I need you to gather in the backstage green room. I repeat, all cosplayers proceed to the green room. Judge Rando. I love how everyone's named Rando. Or some variation thereof. Like a slow herd of brightly colored sheep, Ashley and I moved into the next room to join the rest of the cosplayers. When I got to the front of the line, the attendant stopped me dead in my tracks. Cosplayers only, no handlers unless you're visibly holding up something. Handlers. Oh. Hey, Ray. Ashley tilted her signaled me to step aside. Excuse me. Excuse us, we'll be right back. If you want to be part of the parade, you have to be back here in the next 20 minutes. Step in the line, stand next to Ashley, who is digging through her bag. I was hoping it wasn't going to come to this, but I feel like this is our only option. Ashley pulls out a surprisingly fancy and elegant maid outfit, and then hands it to me. I need you to wear this. Wait, you just happen to have this? Sign me up? This is all too convenient that Ashley has made a maid cosplay just tucked away, roughly in my size, prepared for something like this. I'm on to you. What do you mean? First of all, why exactly do I need to wear this? Secondly, you planned this, didn't you? And lastly, you just want to see me in a maid outfit. One, you need to wear this to get it on stage as part of the cosplay parade. A moment in spotlight would help you spread the word. We're better than biggest auditorium at Max. Two, I did plan for this. Sometimes handlers aren't allowed on stage with their cosplayers. I need to get you, Ashley pointed at me, and into the theater stage. On there. Three, yes, duh.
Nope.
But I'm not going to force you to do something you don't want to do. If you don't want to take a spotlight with me, don't worry. I still help promote the event. Totally up to you. No hard feelings. A terrific opportunity for to promote my event. Bit of a personal embarrassment, the price I pay. I can't say I'm totally thrilled, but, well, why not? I'm willing to do it. I mean, the more immediate, yes, sure, probably would have been okay, but I still wanted to be like, hey, you planned this, didn't you? We made our way to the nearest bathroom, and I changed into the maid outfit. Still to figure out all the clasps and what velcros to what, but Ashley took the time and helped me get situated. Once we're done, we headed backstage, which I'd say resembled the Funplex break room, but hey, same purpose, same function. Here the cosplayers lie in wait for the big show to start, including one particular butler and a newly minted maid. Squee! You look so cute. Wish I looked half as cute as you do in this. But seriously, you're going to have to do this with me more often. You make a perfect Alice. Alice? Right, I forget you know nothing of melee maidens. Alice is the head maid of the Neko Manor. Okay. So Angus, that's me, and Alice, that's you, are siblings fighting alongside each other to prevent other maidens and butlers from taking over their estate. They fight for Lady Nice.
Oh my!
Almost forgot. Of course, yeah, it's like, where's the cat ears and tail? Yeah, there you go. Alice is a cat girl. What? But you don't have cat ears, and I thought we were siblings. Spoilers! You don't find out that they are siblings until after you beat Angus' story arc. In the game art, Angus has amnesia, and after you win, Alice appears and tells you everything. Angus' power is unleashed, and he becomes his old cat boy self. It also unlocks an extra skin you can play with, but now we've gotten very far off track. Satisfied? Any more questions? I think that covers it. Ashley fashions the cat tail to the back of the maid dress and places the headband on my head. Costume finalized, I take a long, hard look in the mirror. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Gotta make sure these pictures actually took. The way the screenshot works sometimes is not always ideal. Yeah, that worked. You know what? One second. Yeah, it's not half bad. It's definitely not me, but I can live with this. Okay, oh good. Katie and Steph are here. Who? They're a couple of my good cosplay friends, and they are more talented than me even. And they just so happen to be the MCs for the cosplay parade. Ashley waves them over, and they smile. Talked with them earlier after the parade. They'll let us come upstage and talk about Wyvern Reborn. Oh, really? Really? Thank you so much, Ashley. That'll help a ton. Let's know people sometimes. Found a few other cosplayers who dressed up as other Melee Maidens characters, and we all formed up into a group. Even though we were together, Ashley and I kept ourselves safe for pleasantries. As we chatted away, the Max attendant came back to give us a final warning before we went on stage. Everyone listen up, we've got 10 minutes before the parade. Make sure you're all ready to go. I think I'm experiencing performance anxiety, my heart rate's increased and I feel flushed. Pressure to look perfect is too much. Ashley, do I look okay? Are my ears on straight? What about the tail? You look fine, trust me.
Amazing!
The best cat girl maid I've ever seen. I bet you say that to all your cosplay friends. I don't. Honest. Well, I think that your, what did you call it, crossplay? It's fantastic. Why did you choose to crossplay as Angus anyway? I would have expected you to be one of the other fancy maids.
I crossplay because that's what makes me feel most comfortable. At first, I dressed as various boys because I adored those characters so much, you know? But the more I did it, the more I had fun with it. The more I began to feel like me. And then I wanted to do it more and more.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure out exactly what that means in relation to who I am, and that's the confusing part. But I guess that's all part of the journey about finding out more about myself. I know it's hard to understand, but just know that I'm working on being happy with myself. And one day, I'll be able to put words into what I'm feeling. But until then, I'll enjoy the ride.
That was nice.
I wouldn't have shared it if I didn't feel comfortable with you. I mean this with all my heart. You are a cherished friend.
Well, gosh, thank you, Ashley. I really appreciate the trust you put in me. I won't let you down. Cosplayers, the time is nigh. Once again, the attendant started barking orders at us. All shuffled into another line, like how we were told to do earlier. The closer we got to the stage doors, Meal, I feel nerves creep in. We're next. Melee Maidens group, go! Now! Ashley looks over at me, just beaming. This is her life, her everything. Take a deep breath, Ray. I close my eyes, taking as much as I can. I hold it for a long moment before exhaling. Open my eyes slowly and take a step into the Pac-Man theater and onto the stage. Following Ashley, who is following the rest of the maid and butler crew. Once all of us are on stage, the MCs announce us as the Melee Maidens group. As I look out in front of us, I can see a completely packed theater. Hard to make out specific faces due to the stage lights, but I can see the outline of hundreds of people. A rush of adrenaline surges through my body, and I look over to Ashley. Proper butler, she takes each step with purpose and elegance. She isn't breaking character for anything, not all the cheers in the audience, not all the people smiling and laughing around her. She is Angus, and she is owning it. The announcer asks us to strike a pose on 3, 2, 1. Fighting pose, coy flirting, polite curtsy. Lean over my hand on my hip whilst giving a coy expression and a wink to the audience. Finish holding our poses long enough for everyone in the audience to get a good amount of pictures of us. Once a sufficient amount of snaps have been snapped, an MC instructs us to stay on stage, passing Ashley a microphone for the big Wyvern Reborn announcement.
Thank you.
Means so much to us that you could join my sister Alice and I here at Nickel Manor. As you know, we adore organizing exorbitant galas at Lady Nisa's estate. However, Alice and I are planning a very extravagant event at a very extravagant location. Go on, Alice. Tell them everything. Ashley hands the mic to me. Watching her never break character has inspired me to play along too. That's right, Angus. Next weekend, we'll be hosting a costume contest at Francine's Arcade Bumplex at the Twin Pines Mall. It's all part of Wyvern Reborn, along with the Fist of Discomfort tournament, a world record attempt at Movie's Magical Maze, and the reveal of a rare and mysterious game. Oh my, first time the public will have seen it? You know it, brother. This isn't the event to miss. It'll be the most noteworthy event of the season. And remember, this is a private affair, so please only tell your closest friends. Ashley winks to the audience before bowing. Another rush of cheers fills the theater as we walk off stage for a second time. MCs give their closing words and dismiss the audience, and people begin exiting the auditorium. I feel my phone vibrate in my hidden dress pocket. At first it was just a couple vibrations, but before I could realize what was happening, my phone starts seizing. What the? Pulled my phone from my pocket and saw that the Funplex face wall had over 1,000 shiny new likes. Oh god, because they posted pictures. No, really, what? The hell?
Hey, listen.
Cosplay Play is a huge part of every Max and generates thousands of photos and articles online. Also, is being live streamed. Actually, you failed to mention that part. Well, you seem so nervous, and I didn't want to make it worse.
Good work.
And that act you pulled just now has generated 700% increase in traffic to our site. I also gobbled up some paid keywords, so if anyone posts about cosplay at Max, they will see an ad for Wyvern Reborn. Pretty genius, right? Quickly, I scanned my own face wall, and even people I knew who weren't arcaders were talking up a storm about it. I could also hear cosplayers discussing it as we waited for the auditorium to clear out. I can't wait till next weekend. That Wyvern Reborn thing sounds like a blast. I'm totally going to that Funplex place. Do I want to wear my next cosplay there? Ray, we did it! Had lots of help from you too, Ashley. Don't count yourself out. We make a pretty great team. Great to hear all the buzz around cosplay community, and Iris really helped with the social media. Can't believe it was that easy. I mean, tiring, but easy. That was great and fun and all, but I'm completely exhausted. Me too. Need a break from all this, some time to collect my thoughts and rest my eyes from all those flashing lights. Still seeing spots. You hear that Gavin and Naomi are running a pop-up arcade for the Funplex? A bunch of other local arcades are doing the same over in Hall B. Maybe we're stopping by there for a breather. Make sure they aren't slacking. Sounds like a solid plan. You want to come with me? Not quite yet. I need to do some touch-ups on my makeup. How about I meet you there later? Great, see you soon. Wave bye to Ashley as I make my way towards the restrooms to get changed back into my usual clothes. Then it's off to Exhibit Hall B on the lookout for Gavin's serious face or Naomi's kind one. I could have stayed in cosplay. Let's see Exhibit Hall B. It very much resembles Exhibit Hall A, where I started my day. Industry types, dealers, swag, crowds. Definitely more actual arcade games here. A lot of local places have set up pop-up arcades. It's hard to notice the smaller displays with the giant garish Deco's Palace display eating up the center, but I managed to crawl my way around the edges. Find. Well now, pretty much everybody else in the crew, save for Francine. Joe and Ashley are still off hanging out with their respective communities. Got some time, maybe I can bend someone's ear meanwhile. Let's see what everybody's doing right now. Gavin's reading the news. Naomi's fixing up a busted Galaga. Pretty's idle playing around. Queen Bee looks worried and agitated. Queen Bee looks stressed out, just loitering around, not playing games. Hey, oh hey kid, how's Max treating you? Decently, and you? You look kind of frazzled. I'm totally okay. Okay, I'm in the losers bracket. Meaning? The big FOD tournament they're hosting here at Max. I advanced from pools, but I'm in the losers bracket. If I lose one more match, I'm out. Finished. Dead. Loser. I get it. Right now, just sitting around waiting to be called up for my next match, trying not to worry, and failing miserably. It sucks. It seriously sucks. Allow me to provide service to our valued customer and distract you then. Want to talk? Yeah, sure, why the F not? We amble around behind the Funplex's display to a neat little corner wedge between two other industry booths, a good spot for a quietish chat.
Look, don't worry about me, okay? This sort of stress is healthy. A good competitor feeds off stress as nourishment, grows strong, powerful. I've been in the loser's bracket before and gotten all the way to the finals. Tournaments are my thing. And I know win or lose, my fans are going to have my back, even if the scene as a whole doesn't. Even if L7 doesn't.
You mean your stream subscribers? I like to call them my fans, my fam, you know? Lots of streamers just call them subs, but that overemphasizes the capitalism bit of being a celeb. Even before I signed with L7 Gaming, I had a decent little base of fans following me around, even before I settled on Fist of Discomfort as my main focus game. Oh man, you should have seen little Queen Bee in her early days, flailing around in fighting games and poking at MOBAs with a webcam in her bedroom. Probably shouting, "Mama, with chocolate milk!" like the other kid streamers, no doubt you were yelling at mom in stream and talking about pawning noobs and being an obnoxious little boy. Yes? Hey, I owned even when I was a weebie. I don't own up to being a little shit. All kids are. I'd like to think I got better as time went on, even if others don't. Point being, I grew out of it. As time went on, I solidified what I wanted out of my esports career. I developed a good fan base, and they've been solid with me the whole way. So even if I'm having a rough run of it at the Max tournament, and I'll still be there when I get home. I'll definitely be there when I'm annihilating the local scrubs at your Wyvern Reborn 5th current tournament. Iris is lining up the scrubs for you to knock over as we speak. Invitations are in the mail. I know most of the locals, friends with half of them, rivals with half of them, enemies with half of them. Doesn't add up, but hey, more like a Venn diagram. Yes, exactly, I was gonna say. It's more like an intersection of peoples. Most importantly, I've been seeing them face to face, none of the anonymous internet douchenets I was playing against as a kid. Especially being a young woman playing online, you wouldn't believe the amount of harassment I faced. It was gross. That's why I love arcades. Most people don't with you when you are fighting face to face. It takes the anonymity away. And once in a while you still get an ad with giving you it, but there is a certain amount of respect you get from seeing their faces. We're all in it together. We are family. Packed in like sardines, elbow to elbow, fighting for dominance, but on equal ground. No anonymous jerk-offs, just competitors putting it on the line. I love tourneys. Win or lose, losers bracket or winners finals. I am here to stay. I see it. And your fans are cheering you on. I think we're just gonna go with don't forget your friends. Beyond your fans, you've got your friends in your corner. The whole crew of the Funplex and the VIPs are here today, and we'll be here at Wyverns Reborn too. Don't forget, we got your back. Don't I know it? I know why I keep coming back to the Funplex, kid. Because we only charge a single token. Oh yeah, but I also got everybody I want to be with right here. My crew, Teo, Purr, the whole Funplex gang. You treat me right. Okay, I'm feeling better now. Solid. Ready to go round 2? Loser bracket or no, look the F out. Because Queen Bee's coming for blood. When does round 2 start anyway? Real soon now. You'll go loitered by the FOD machines in Hall C. You keep it real, okay, Ray? Promote the event, get folks in to witness me with all my glory, and let's make it happen. Few of us go our separate ways. Her to rejoin the tournament, me to catch up with Teo and Ashley. My current status? Sitting. And enjoying it. Took a few minutes searching and stalking, but eventually I found an open seat in the pop-up arcade. While the sit is satisfying, the rest of everything else is miserable. My feet are sore from walking all over. I don't remember the last time I ate. I feel dehydrated and I still have a slight headache from all the noise. There are still 4 more hours left. Gavin saw me in my current state. Leaning back, arms at my side, completely exhausted. I can picture it clearly. He'd be looming over me with his dark, unfettered eyes. He would lean in close, frowning, grumbling. He'd say, "Ray, may I remind you, these seats are for patrons only." I audibly sighed just thinking about it. As luck would have it, Gavin and Naomi are huddled over the Galaga cabinet, trying to figure out why the monitor's not working. Freedom! My buns are experiencing the best freedom has to offer. And while my body feels like it could collapse at any moment, I feel good about it, right? Getting the word out about Wyvern Reborn was great. Seeing people's face light up with excitement is why I'm here. While spending time with Ashley was an added bonus. Certainly got passion. Smiled to myself. The pain in my heels and the grumbling in my tummy. While enjoying the respite, I let my eyes close for a moment, and of course, the second I do that, I hear footfalls closing in. There you are. But we were specifically going to meet back up here at the Funplex Pop-Up Arcade. Yes, but we didn't expect you to be tucked in the darkest corner of the arcade. Hiding from Gavin. He'll put me to work if he sees me. Hiding behind the pinball machines is probably not the smartest choice then. You know how much he loves pinball. Every spare moment he thinks no one is watching him is spent getting that high score. I have so many candid pictures of my phone of him playing pinball. You have to show me, like right now. Concentration face is so cute. Before I can even react, Ashley has her phone out and is scrolling through pictures of Gavin. Ahem. Both look up at me guilty. Don't we have more important matters? Max is over in a few hours and we will have a lot of work left to do. You're right, Ray. Please don't tell Gavin. Your secret is safe with me. Right, so business time. I think I got something. Go on. I have a friend and she's an indie arcade developer. The new title she's been working on is amazing. It's got co-op, it's competition, it's got magical schoolgirls. Now you're talking. Got it all. Wait, I'm pretty sure I've heard of this game. It's called Magical Moon Cuties. Yeah, that's the one. And she's thinking about premiering it at Wyvern Reborn.
Oh my gosh!
Sounds interesting enough. Might make for another fun game for people to play. Definitely, my friend is somewhat renowned in the indie scene, and the game's been in development for years. I'm sure it would create some buzz. Getting Teo, we'd be the talk of the arcade world. I do like being the talk of the world-sized things. Let's go. I stand up, invigorated by the news. As I start walking back toward the hall with Teo, I can hear a call from behind me. Wait. Ashley standing there, fidgeting, her green eyes are darting back and forth nervously. Ashley? I too have a plan. She motions for us to come back towards her, which we do. What's your idea? Puts an arm around Teo and the others, one around me, huddling the three of us together. What I'm proposing might not be the most legal course of action. Do I even want to know? You've seen the huge monitors hanging from the ceiling in all the major halls, right? How could I miss them? They're constantly bombarding with ads and false hopes of high-quality convention food. No matter how amazingly tempting the $9 hot dog looks on the big screen, I don't even think about it. Back to my point, everyone is looking at it. I know a way to sneak into the back area. All you have to do is break into the main communication center and upload the flyer Ray made into the rotation.
Whoa!
Want to do what? Unless you want to get arrested. Genius plan, everyone at the Max will see our name in lights. You see, yeah, that's a less than legal way of getting the word out, but I have to admit, you've got me intrigued, and it's definitely work. Trust me.
What about...
Alright, nicely skies, but Ray, you would need to switch into something way more distracting. Why more distracting? Distract from your face, of course. What I'm trying to say is people will remember the costume, not the person wearing it. Means... Made Ray rides again! I know it. Come on, you did so great on stage, I think of this as your encore. Hopefully Iris could help us do it safely without anyone noticing. Safer than actually going off on her own to try this inadvisable stunt. But a highly anticipated indie title might do the trick and result in far less jail time. As much as this is probably the better way to go, I really want to do the heist. Probably gonna regret this, but let's go for it. Wearing disguise doesn't involve talking to strangers. It sounds like more than battling my way through more sweaty, pulsating crowds. Or that cosplay before, I can do it again, beats being recognized in my regular clothes. Except, you know, you're all over social media. Besides, don't know if going with Teo is something I could emotionally or mentally do at this point. My social meter is at the limit. Actually, I'll go with you on your heist. Fetch my maid outfit, good sir. Since he's already friends with this indie arcade developer, Teo's got an in on recruiting for Wyvern. He doesn't really need me. Teo, I have complete confidence in you. Lay it real thick, you know, play coy, say all the right words, wink a whole bunch. I demonstrate a big wink using my entire face to show how it's done. Oh my, that is that how you entice people you're interested in?
Mm-hmm.
Let's leave the flirting to me, shall we, Ray? You're just jealous you don't have these mad skills. I mean, skills with a Z. Like the cool kids say. Sure. Don't get into too much trouble without me. I don't want to see you on an episode of Cops tonight. Promise nothing, Teo. Good luck. I don't need luck. Don't forget to snatch a photo of Ray in the maid costume for me. You know it. Standing right here. I can hear you every word. Peace. And 3 went down to 2 and looked over Ashley, her expression brimming with maybe even too much excitement. Had I made the right choice? I scanned my memories of the various cop and lawyer dramas I'd seen. What was the punishment for breaking and any trespassing and tampering with equipment? Couldn't be more than what? 10 years? Possibly death. It's too late to back down now. I had dug my own grave, perhaps literally, with Ashley. Well, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. That's the spirit. So what exactly is our plan? I'm so happy you asked. You see... Hold on. Got some dust in my throat. I'm gonna step away for just... You see that door next to the restroom across the expo hall? The one that has a sign that specifically states authorized personnel only? That's the one! Ray is worried now. Trust me. My trust wavered as she began rifling through her bag and removed a rolled up poster board. Ashley unraveled it. I noticed that it looked oddly like blueprints. No, it was blueprints. Blueprints of the entire convention center. She has, planned ahead for a lot of things. Why? Listen, all we have to do is go through these doors, snake our way along the corridors, and we're there. Finger trace the exact route as she's talked to me through it. The education center should be at the end of that passageway. Easy, right? Yep, easier than breaking the right stick on the Killer Instinct cabinet at the Funplex. Oh man, Naomi's always fixing that machine. It never works properly.
First, we'll get you changed. We can use the bathrooms for that. I'll play lookout while you get your maid on.
Let me get this straight before I go in and change. If someone spots us while we're in our disguises, we just strip down and ditch the costumes?
One does not simply ditch the cosplay. We would change out of the costumes, hastily of course, and stash them in a secret safe place until we could retrieve them again.
Duh. Note to self, do not talk about disregarding Ashley's cosplay. Ever. Roger that. Leave disguises in hiding spot, make sure nothing bad happens to them.
Great! Now get in the bathroom and suit up for battle. Time's a-wastin'.
Here we are once again. It was a lot easier getting to the maid dress the second time, and I could actually do it by myself while Ashley waited outside my stall. Look at my reflection staring back at me. Not thrilled about donning this outfit again, but I do look pretty good in it. I'll just keep repeating it for the greater good over and over in my head. Perfection, and now we commence the part 2. Ashley looks both ways before we exit the restroom. People don't even seem fazed by us either. I guess seeing a maid and butler at a convention is normal. In other words, this actually is the perfect disguise. We fit in by sticking out. Go figure. Shuffle back to the expo hall of Max and stand in front of the looming doors. Big red letters bored deep into my soul, reminding me of its unlawfulness in breaking the rules. I'm a good law-abiding citizen. I don't do illegal drugs. I don't jaywalk. I even return wallets. You sure we aren't going to get in trouble?
Nope.
Only one way to find out, though. Ashley grabs my hand and pushes onward through the door like she owns the place. Close my eyes tightly as she realizes she's dragging me on into the other side. Confidence is key, Ray. As the door closes behind me, I carefully open my eyes. We're alone. No big boss monster looms back here. No flashing lights or laser beams, mazes we have to crawl through. Some industrial-style back hallway. Simple brick walls, venting pipes overhead, and endless concrete floors. Honestly, a little disappointed at how mundane it all is. Really it? Just the access halls and rooms for employees to use, so they don't have travel across the con floor, nothing fancy. What exactly were you expecting? A horde of security guards all with riot gear. Maybe some intricate obstacle course. And an eye scanner to confirm my identification. Now who has the overactive imagination? Sorry to burst your bubble, but nothing like that back here. Just you, me, and Iris.
Beep beep.
Hello, Ashley. Hello, Ray. You ready for Operation Hot Dog Takedown? Yes, sir, Ashley, sir. Whoa. What is this Operation Warm Weenies thing? And Iris, why are you and Ashley in cahoots with me? Without me?
My sources say yes.
Ashley sent me all the information earlier, a copy of the flyer, and her plans for removing all the other ads on the Jumbotrons. Still unclear on hot dogs and why humans crave them, however. I mean, why would you compress pig parts when pizza on a... Not now, Iris. Between my computer skills and Iris, we've got everything we need to hack into the mainframe. Going to be a great help. Wait, Max has a mainframe? And is the mainframe the giant room-sized wall of hardware that's spinning tapes, drives, and stuff? Nah, nothing like that. You'll see soon enough. Right in Max floor layout in the convention center blueprints should be this way. Tiptoe our way closer to the communications room. Nothing eventful happens. This is until we round the first bend. They even call them enforcers. Both spot a Max enforcer leaning up against the wall. Luckily, his attention is diverted into furiously typing on his cell phone. We quickly duck back around the corner and collect our thoughts. What do we do now? We can't just walk down that hallway. True, our path is blocked momentarily, but we can find ways past this. Might be another route to take. Let's consult the blueprints. Don't think we have time for that, Ashley. It's up to get louder and louder as he approaches us. Coming straight down the hall towards us, there has to be something we can do. Quickly scan our surroundings and see a broken off small shard of the concrete floor and a shallow indent in the wall across from us. Back now. Throw the shard as a distraction. Run for the recess in the wall. Wait for condition to approve. Bend over and pick up the delicate shard. It's not more than an inch across, but it's enough to make a sound if I throw it. I say it, I motion for Ashley to stand up against the wall and be as still as she can. Cautiously, I wait until I can see the blue of Max Enforcer's shirt, and I chuck the shard across the intersection. Hit the floor with a satisfying thud, and the Enforcer's attention is diverted. What was that? Enforcer turns towards the sound, and his steps alter the course in the same direction. I really got something in my throat all of a sudden. As he bends down to examine the fallen shard, I tug on Ashley's sleeve and gesture to my friend that time is move is now. Max Enforcer never sees us as we sneak carefully around the corner. We weren't out of the woods yet, hoping to avoid any more sentinels. We scurried the rest of the way until we reached the door to the communications room. Tell we were at the correct place because of the sign over at the right communications room. Unless it was a clever ruse. We did it. That was quick thinking. Now all you have to do is reach down, grabbing hold of the door, and turn it. Locked. Locked. Where do we go and find the key? Who even has a key? Do we need pickpocket by a staffer? I don't know how to pick locks. I got this one, Ray. Sunday watches Ashley removes a bobby pin from her wig and begins to pick the lock on the door. Like, this is all movie magic. You can't really pick a lock with a simple hair accessory, can you? Watch me. I do just that. She straightens out the bobby pin and then bends and twists until it breaks in two. Taking the newly crafted medical stick, she inserts them both into the lock and begins fiddling with it. Mere matter of minutes, I hear a click. And that's how you pick a lock. Next time I lock myself out of my apartment, I'm calling you instead of a locksmith. Of course, I'll drop what I'm doing and come right over. Can't have my very good friend cold and alone outside of their apartment. Ashley smiled brightly as she easily opens up the door communication room. It's dark save for the glow from several computer monitors. In a similar room, we waited our moment, our stage, so I have no trouble finding what we're looking for. Mainframe is really just some computers and security monitors showing different parts of Max. Each camera focusing on various angles of the main halls. What do we have here? Ashley turns around one of the swivel chairs and sits down. Operation Hot Dog Takedown is underway. If she's been working this job for several years, she begins clacking away at the keyboard. Alright, let's see what happens when we open this. Oh yes, perfect. It appears to be a fairly simple data store. Nice of them to name it Jumbotron. That really cuts down on the sleuthing. Excellent, I can see all the ads and information they rotate through. This shouldn't be a problem. Now I need Iris.
Online.
We'll plug in Iris to the main computer. Hand me your phone. This won't hurt Iris, right? Or my phone? Relax, I'm a super duper hacker cutie. I know what I'm doing. And over my phone and Iris along with it, Ashley plugs Iris in, and the magic begins. Hacking the Gibson now, lowering firewalls, phasing packet switch interlock.
Please enjoy this recorded music. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your patience. The inner tubes are now unclogged. We're in. Right now, we just switch out all of the hot dog ads for the flyer of Wyvern Reborn. That's odd. Fun just stopped. I don't like odd. What's odd? What's odd? Here's as though an unidentified hacker has been here before us. I can follow their trail if you would like. I'm sure it's just one of the employees who, lost their password. Had to poke their way in. I'm not worried. We just mostly gotta get moving. Hot dog ads are removed from the Jumbotron rotation and replaced with ads of Wyvern Reborn.
What about?
While you're there, can you take out all the ads for Deco's Palace too? Sure thing. Ashley revolves in a chair and turns back to face me. See? That was... Ashley's in a sudden burst of awful noise. Because she turns around in a swivel chair to see a big red letters flash across the screen. Intruder detected. What does that mean? Ashley, why would there be an intruder? Ray, pretty sure we are the intruder. That's bad, right? That's not good. This is worse than good. It means the convention center security system knows we're here and knows we're altering their program. It's going to thwart us. So yeah, not good. It's an accurate portrayal of our situation. If only I was better at this, we would be in such a mess. Harrison actually explained what was happening, and I saw a timer pop up underneath the screen that kept flashing intruder detected. Counting down from 5 minutes. Ashley, Iris. What the? Once the flyer was uploaded, it triggered a security warning. I think the hacker who came through here before I started half tripped it, so I didn't notice in time.
Poops.
Why does this program even trigger a security warning? It's literally for ads. All we're doing is uploading a new ad. Relax, everything is fine. We just need to input the administrator password to stop the timer. I actually know the administrator's password, sort of slipped in around it to upload the ad, but we can't turn this off without actual credentials.
So, now it's a race against time. What would the person who runs this place use as a password?
A completely random sequence of lowercase and uppercase numbers and punctuation that we'd never actually guess, even if given a million years? Or any series of randomized characters in a brute force attempt ever since we started talking, but nothing yet.
It's all psychology. We just have to get inside their head. Let's see. Maybe I could go check their social media account, learn their pet's first name, combine that with their kid's birthday.
And that's when I pluck a little yellow square from the edge of the monitor that reads P455W0RD. Here it is.
Yeah, well, okay, that works too.
Yeah, okay, that works too. A few keystrokes later, and the alarm stops cold.
Yes!
Looks all fuzzy and stuff, but I can see our flyers on the monitor. We did it. Wait, we did it. Our funplex is all over those screens. They'll know who's responsible, and we'll get the death penalty. How did I not see this obvious hole in my logic before? Yes, exactly. Keywords, plausible deniability. It's the same flyer that's on the Funplex's website already. Anybody could have uploaded it. Without evidence, they can't prove nothing. In fact, they'll find proof someone else was hacking the system earlier today. Which means whoever that was, they'll get the blame. Okay, no death penalty. I can relax. Somewhat. Besides, we did it. Well, Iris and Ashley did it, mostly. Admittedly, Iris was brawn, Ashley was brain, or maybe it was the other way around. Either way, I'm completely stupefied. Since when is Ashley a tech whiz? A tech whiz and able to pick locks. Okay, I think we'd better get out of here just in case. All those in favor of evacuation? Aye. I... The abandoned ship retreating back through the maze tunnels. One of the main halls. Dashing into the crowd.
Oh, wow!
Check out screens, our ads on all of them. Looking up, I can see our handiwork with my own 2 eyes. No more hot dogs, no more Deco's Palace, just fun Blex propaganda. Taking a moment of glory, I begin listening to the people surrounding us. Oh hey, that's a new thing on the Jumbotron. Wyvern Reborn sounds interesting. That's a lot of tournaments too. We should check it out. How is it I've lived with in spitting distance a real arcade and never noticed? I'm so there. Did you hear that, Ashley? Sounds like we killed it. Yes, we did. You and Iris make a great team. Flabbergasted as well how well Iris and Ashley work together. They were like 2 sides of the brain coming together as one being. Like you've worked with an Iris before, you both knew exactly what to do. I try to familiarize myself with all the new tech, especially for costuming. You never know when you can implement into your next cosplay. I went through a phase in high school where I was really obsessed with cutting edge electronics and technology. My group of friends and I got together during lunches and sit around in homeroom and talk about tech. In fact, that's what we called it, Tech Talk. We were all silly children at that point, watching too many hacker movies. One thing led to another. We started wanting to know more. I think I was the only one who took it seriously though. I even dressed up in a cyberpunk fashion. I was completely obsessed. It became my passion for a good while. Eventually, however, everyone grew out of it. Except me. And then they all started mocking me for it, making fun of my punk outfits and the fact that I spent all my time researching things like Arduinos and Raspberry Pi kits.
Aww.
It was awful. Some of my good friends who I trusted completely turned on me. I began questioning myself and who I was and who I really wanted to be. Did I want to be this badass cyberpunk technophile, or did I want to follow my friends onto their next big infatuation? I regret it to this day, but I gave up on my dreams and followed my friends instead. At that time, they were what I had to believe in. Only now am I getting back into tech. Due to the always changing culture of cosplay, people use LEDs and robotics to make their weapons more badass or have animated wings. I always figured cosplay was, sewing and arts and crafts. It is, but it's cross-disciplinary. You haven't seen some of the more intricate display costumes I made. Reminds me of a certain someone going on about how arcade games involve electrical engineering, programming, graphical design, and even carpentry. Why didn't you shop with Naomi more then? Huh. She's a techie, you're a techie. Seems like you should be plenty of overlap, but I've never seen you talking. Maybe that wasn't really an overlap. The kind of tech that enhances cosplay was invented after 1990X. Not her thing. I would like to know more friends to bounce some tech ideas off, though. Who knows? Maybe we can both teach each other something new.
Amazing!
I'm proud of myself. I took all of the old knowledge and made it come through for us today. Think of what we accomplished. You should be proud. You've worked hard. As for me, I barely helped, but my palms are sweaty, knees weak, and arms are heavy. Well, you can relax now. It's all over. You've done good. But now that we've removed all those hot dog ads, I sort of really want one. Really?
Yes!
I'm starving, and honestly, just about everything sounds delicious. My tummy might regret it later, but right now, I could eat a whole bucket of ridiculously overpriced corn dogs. My mouth starts to water just thinking about ingesting food. I couldn't agree more. And if we suffer the effects of eating convention food, at least we suffer together. See, that's the spirit. I think there's actually a food court just over yonder. Ashley and I only had to walk about 500 feet to find the nearest vendor actually selling the infamous Franks. Both so hungry that we order 3. After dressing them up with all the fixings, we bring our pack of dogs to the nearest table and settle in for our feast. As I'm about to take my first bite, I can't help but notice Ashley has stopped giggling since we sat down. Ashley, you okay over there? Yes, no, maybe. I just can't say it, can I? What is it? It's too good, but no, I can't. What? Just say it. It's a real sausage fest in here. Ashley throws her head back and cackles wildly. I merely roll my eyes and groan. That's bad, huh? Extremely. You know, I get along pretty well with Ashley, all told. I chose to hang out with her all day, didn't I? Maybe it's time to, make a move, preferably before the greasy hot dogs start rapidly migrating through me. Tough. Why not? Ashley, I've really enjoyed spending all this time with you lately. We have such a fun time together whenever we get up at hijinks like these, and well... Oh?
Oh my!
I
I
have a
have a great time with you too.
And well, I'd like to spend more time doing just that. Exactly like what we're doing now, outside the arcade, just you and me.
Oh, yes, please. Very much. I would like that.
Embarrassed and trying to hide her emotions, Ashley scarfs down another hot dog. We spend the rest of the meal both laughing together at each other's jokes and enjoying the other one's company. As we both get up from the table, Ashley puts her hand on my shoulder. Thanks for spending the entire day with me. It means a lot to me. Of course, I had a blast, even if it got a bit intense. Couldn't have spread the word about Wyvern Reborn without you. It's nothing, really. See you soon. Ashley turns and simply skips away, leaving me to watch her disappear into another crowd. Well, that's, actually was one of the likely ones when I was first going through, so, Good start. I haven't, that's like the first actual, forward thing we've done in the game so far. Successful day. Ray, you have a new text message. It was a tough sell without you there, but fortunately Michelle and I go way back. Magical Moon Cuties will debut at Wyvern Reborn. Glad you was able to pull it off without me. You used to see the size of Teo's social web. I've tried mapping it, and wow, it just keeps going and going. Yours, in contrast, is, petite. Adorably so. Right, time to head home. Promise I'd meet Juniper just outside the main exit of the hall, and that's exactly where I was headed. Rush of fresh air hit me as I pushed the double glass doors open. It was nice. Refreshing. It had a much better smell than the one I had been around all day. Didn't have to wait long until I saw Juniper. She jounced happily up to me. So, how was your first Max, Ray? It was... fantastic, exhausting, unforgettable. Fantastic. The amount of support I got from my friends today was amazing. I know I can always count on them, and I feel like we bonded closer as friends. Can't wait to go back next year. As to be expected with the convention. Though in your case, you really outdid yourself and got smacked with 300% of what anyone else would have, yeah? How do you figure? Well, most people drop by Max, play some games, maybe attend a panel or two, do some shopping. They're to be catered to. You, on the other hand, were doing the catering. And like any good caterer, that means spinning plates and doing 12 different things at once. You found interesting ways to push Wyvern Reborn and promote the Funplex as a whole. You worked your butt off to do it. So rather than attending Max, you were Max. Sure feels that way. I'm totally drained.
Ooh.
Kind of envy you, It sounds like you had some great adventures today. Other than designing that flyer. You didn't do much beyond playing a few games and buying cute t-shirts and stuff. But let me tell you, they really are super cute t-shirts. I'm glad I could support you though, even if it's just, doodling up the flyer. Hardly a doodle, you did great design. Don't sell yourself short, that flyer looks super professional. I mean, no fun Comic Sans, but still pretty cool.
Thank you.
Just doing stuff like that. I don't exactly get a lot of opportunities at the office. Let's go home and get some real rest. In fact, I'd say we took it. Juniper, don't. To the max! Ah! Hehe. After that moment, the rest of the evening was a blur. I knew that Juniper and I took the train back home, heated up some pizza bagels, and I safely made it into my comfy bed. I think I was still in shock. At the end of the day, I thought there was no one was going to know about Wyvern Reborn, we'd be stuck as a relatively unknown mom and pop arcade. But now it seems the whole world knows, which is great, but also pretty nerve-wracking. I sighed heavily, letting all my mixed emotions flow over me. There was no turning back now. What I set in motion will stay in motion. It can only get bigger and better from here. At least that's what I'm going to keep telling myself as I drift to sleep. I'm proud of what I accomplished today, and I can't wait to tell everyone at the Funplex about what I've done. Like breaking into a room. Hope they're proud of me too. And before you know it, Wyvern Reborn will be upon us. You've cleared level 3 of Arcade Spirits. A winner is you. Now let's see your score. High up with Queen Bee. And Queen Bee's good side beats being our bad side. You're proving to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. Also scored 11,550 points. Go for the high score. Actually, I don't know what the high score is, but hey, go for it anyway. Do you want to save your game before proceeding? Save the game. And that is where we will call it. We've got level 3, take it to the max, done today. Might play level 4 later this week or next week. I'm not sure which. But having a lot of fun with this. So definitely keep it on, and I'll have more later. Alright, bye.